everybody, welcome to another recap of Dancing with the Stars. We're getting close to the end now. This is exciting. Last week, Rick and Cheryl were eliminated, and I don't know, a lot of the eliminations this season really, I didn't think they were warranted, but it's all popularity. So Kyle and Lacey started off the show with their Viennese waltz. Was that the same Kyle that I've been watching all season? Because it seemed like he took a million dance lessons over the weekend. He totally nailed it, breaking me off a piece of that fancy feast. He ended up with a 27. Good job, Kyle. Now, this week they had something called Instant Dance, which is more like a real dance ballroom dance competition. They didn't know what the music was until they actually, when you are in a real ballroom dance competition, you don't hear the music until you actually get out on the floor. They actually gave them like 45 minutes to toss it around backstage, but I guess that's because they're celebrities, not professional dancers. All right, so they ended up dancing to Good Golly, Miss Molly. They did a jive. They had Steve-O come in. Guess what? He's got a new movie coming out. Yeah, so he showed up. It was decent. They had it timed out pretty well. There was a little stumbling around here and there, but in general, it was good. I thought the judges were overly kind, though, with their 29. So their 29 plus 27 equals 56 for the night. Jennifer and Derek were up next with their quick step. Her knee is in bad shape. She's an old lady. And she needed a little comforting from her daddy, Joel Grey. I love Joel Grey. I must say that from the time I first saw him when I was a teenager in Cabaret, I have thought that he was the most delicious, crazy, kooky guy ever. So it was good to see Joel Grey, and it's so weird to think that he's actually her dad, because I just don't put the two of them together normally. All right, so it looks like Derek watered the dance down a little bit because of Jennifer's knee, which is understandable. But you know what? She's a tough old bird, and she did really great. She ended up with a 27, or they ended up with a 27. Okay, so for their instant dance, they did a Rumba to foreigners waiting for a girl like you. It was Sex A through Sex Z. They totally burned up the floor. I mean, come on, she can still throw that leg up over her head. At her age, she's a better woman than I am, because I cannot do that anymore. 30. Perfect 30. They deserved it. So 30 plus 27, that's a 57 for the night. Top of the leaderboard, baby. All right, so Kurt and Anna were up next with their waltz. He has made great improvements, but he's just not smooth at all. Let's just say it didn't suck. He ended up with a 24. So for their instant dance, they did a cha-cha to No Doubt's Hella Good. His kids came in, and they are just so cute. He is just such a pimp daddy. He cut loose during this dance. He totally loosened it up. It was a ton of fun. I'm pretty sure they had the boombox on turbo bass, but they only ended up with a 24 for that dance. I totally think they were robbed, as did everyone else in the ballroom, judged by their constant booing after he got his scores. So they ended up with a 24 plus 24, 48 for the night. Not too far from the bottom, unfortunately. Bristol and Mark up next. Argentine tango. She missed her family. They went to go visit her mom, her dad. She got to see her son. It's pretty obvious that she has some skills in dance. She's been improving over the season. Her Argentine tango, I thought, was pretty good for her. She's still lacking in that conviction and intensity, though, and you really need that for that dance. You have to be like totally focused. She just seems to go a little bit dead when the music starts. It's like when you're at the doctor naked and you just go to your safe place. You're like a deer in the headlights. Either that or she's hanging out with Audrina too much. I don't know. So they ended up with a 24. Now, for their instant dance, they had a Samba, and that is a pretty difficult dance. They danced to Masquerade, and Bristol, honey, you can shake it. There is no doubt. But you still need the conviction and the confidence. You have to go out there confident. If you have to believe that you can do it before everyone else will believe that you can do it. So I think that's where her main problem is. They ended up with a 23 for that dance, which I think was pretty fair. So 23 plus 24, 47, they're at the bottom for the night. Brandy and Max closed out the show. First they did their waltz. When she came out at first with the cape on, I thought, oh my god, this is going to be corny. But she was 100% in the moment. She was like a little angel floating around out there, and she totally blew everyone away. I thought they were going to pull a perfect 30 with this routine, but they only got a 29. Alright, so their instant dance was to Teenage Dream by Katy Perry. Too bad the singer didn't sound like Katy Perry. Alright, so they had a cha-cha. I was a little underwhelmed. I might even say I was a lot underwhelmed. The whole thing seemed a little bit basic, and they did not use all of their counts for dancing. They were just standing around, like, you know, waiting to jump in. Maybe Max was to blame, and maybe Max was to blame. I don't know. He had his panties in a bunch, though, in the crying room there, because he was picking on Carrie Ann. And you know what? You got the same score from Len. So just because Carrie Ann had the guts to say why she was giving you the 9, don't single her out. They ended up with a 28, which I think was well-deserved. Plus their 29, 57. They're tied for the top with Jennifer and Derek. That's who it is. So tomorrow it's Dance Center with Kenny Mayne and Jerry Rice. Also John Legend and Taio Cruz. So till then, much love.